the seasonals we get and where they come from and how we can keep them coming back every year, and then the transients too, where they come from and how we can keep them coming back, and what they like, dislikes, etc. We've got the DACWA that we've been promoting, and we really like it, and we've gotten a lot of feedback. They gave us a 3-month free trial, and so far Mary Lou's been tracking that pretty well, and she can give more idea about what's going on there.
So as of Monday, June 19th, DACWA has a dashboard, and we've had 7 weeks, and the lead reply rate has been at 57.14%. The average lead reply time is 22 hours. So that's kind of a concern.
Okay.
Because we are getting hits, but at this time everything is either one has expired or in progress.
Do they have a recommended? Is it within the hour, 2 hours?
What's that? Yeah. Well, DACWA, in order to keep their reputation, they will give you up to 3 missed responses to the voters because they don't want to look bad.
Okay.
So they're looking before they'll drop you is to have a better response time. Carrie from DACWA suggested also you can receive the information through text messaging and or emails besides just going and logging into DACWA, the account. DACWA is very excited about working with us. However, there is some concerns with us taking more advantage of the 3 months free to try to get voters in. It's got everything there. So if there's any questions, it's a sounding board for everything to communicate. So I guess as a commissioner, just concerned how we can improve with utilizing this opportunity, because whether we get 1 or we get 10, it's more slips, available. And they did state, you're not going to satisfy everyone, or not everybody who's inquiring will end up, but they may in return, depending on how they're treated or what is available, they're typically return customers or will return the following season. So unfortunately, voters will be scheduling and looking online all hours of the day. So I know it's difficult with us not having actually a full-time person during our peak times to kind of address all this. So that's maybe something we can look into as far as just for these 3, 4, 5 months that are really important.
The time of response.
To have someone that's on it and just, can respond.
Can you send me that data? I'll send it to and see what
Absolutely.
we can do.
You bet.
Which kind of leads into the comment cards. I was talking to someone this morning who I asked him, he runs one of the biggest harbors in the country in Chicago. If they use comment cards, he says they don't, but they take what comes on the DACWA comment section very seriously. And they almost use it for friendly competition between each harbor. There's 7 or 8 harbors in Chicago, and they kind of use it to keep them on their toes so they can learn what their mistakes are and make them better, whatever it is.
So was there any example of a comment that he got, whether it was plus or negative?
One was washrooms and showers in one of the bigger transient facilities, and they pretty much remodeled them, and it changed everything. They got, within a year, super duper comments. So
Makes a difference.
they definitely work, yeah.
So again, if we don't get any type of card, actual physical card, the marketing of DACWA has that available for people to do pluses and negatives.
And people can't send that in now. We didn't get any yet, but that's what the full.
You know what? No. Unfortunately, I can look into it a little bit closer. My guess is just because they haven't gotten responses, it might not be that good. But,
Yeah, I don't know if they can.
yeah, I can look into that.
Okay.
Or contact Carrie and get more detailed. But they're more than happy to back over backwards. They have suggestions on what you can do to entice people, all kinds of information on, gimmicks to get them here, even on the off season or not the highly travel time. I mean,
Great.
they'll bend over backwards for us. I mean, we'll get our money's worth, opposed to, I know we're paying into, or the customer's paying into the DNR
Website.
website.
Every time they,
But they're not getting, you know what I mean? They're just getting payment. There isn't as much feedback that we could learn and grow and become a better marina from.
and moving on to other, we had some ideas, possibly an open house once we get all our facilities upgraded and things like that sometime, maybe even since there's not gonna be a hops and props in September, we could do something. We're trying to reach out to see if we can get maybe a band, 2 or 3 boats, something that the public would attract. I don't know, for liability, if we had a beer vendor or two, something like that. Barbecue, I'll even make burgers all day for people if they want, whatever.
It sounds great.
I've done it for hundreds of guys at United Airlines at night when we had open houses and stuff, so yeah. Something like that, just to show it off, because I know we've had people that have told me they've talked to people in the grocery store and they were boaters and they said, hey, we love what's going on in here, you know? They love what they see in town, they can see the improvements and the harbor, and so it's all working.
I think the hand mowers too on the grass as opposed to zero turn,
Another
Yes.
comment
it
we
looks a
got.
lot better, and I think
We're making strides. And again, it's important that we understand it takes a community to achieve this, and we're very blessed. Don't mean to embarrass you or put you up, but Manistee Proud, you very rarely have passionate people. We need to take advantage of that, and it's only gonna look better for the city, than for anything else. And the businesses are so behind the marina. It literally gives you goosebumps to think how many people really believe that we're going to be a force to be reckoned with here. You don't put in all these slips for nothing, and you don't put in the time to upgrade. I don't know when the facility was last done or anything was done. We're moving so ahead now that, let's be proud and happy about it.
it's exciting. And I think
It's very
it's a
exciting.
great partnership. I think the Harbor Commission and Manistee Proud and the
Absolutely.
new, what'd you call it, the patio area looks great with the new,
Yes.
and I don't think those are Adirondack chairs, but they're in the style, but then they're higher up, but it looks
So you
great.
can see over the walls. You actually have a visual now, opposed to just sitting in, a slouchy chair. So yeah, very well thought out. I think we're going to be very unique in that sense.
The rack cards, Mary Lou and I have been distributing them all over the place. We got about 10 locations as far as Illinois and Chicago, so we're gonna kind of follow up on the ones we put out here in town and around the area to see how many have been taken away.
And that's another thing.
See if that works.
On DACWA, they could easily insert, we could say, how did you find us? Was it strictly DACWA? Or maybe they'll say, well, we saw the rack card at our club, So, again, we don't know what kind of effect it's having on anybody, but even if you're not a boater, friends talk to friends, family talk to family. I mean, it's word of mouth is
yeah.
the best publicity you can get, and that's what we're hoping for, so.
Other
Do we
than-
want to do radio and stuff like that for?
Well, we're thinking with the open house, maybe a radio spot to get it around. I know Mark Stanstedt with M&S can work on that if we went that route, or if we thought we were going that far. The only reason I thought of September was the hops and props not being here. And a lot of people already have plans June, July, August, so
And we do, weekly, I think Kelly reminded me, we have a weekly interview with city staff.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
So we could easily put that on there, but we could do more of a promotion.
Yeah.
But
Perfect.
at least mention but we'll need the details, so we gotta figure that out, but.
Yeah.
Right.
We've got a meeting in July and then again in
Yeah.
August, so we can work on something between now and then. And once the building gets completed, what else happens in there?
Mm-hmm.
So that's other. Any more public comments? We have anyone, someone?
Dates, nothing?
Oh, one other thing under other was the customer service. We found out, the better it is, the better response you get. We were in Chicago and this was amazing. We walked through a hallway going to a harbor. One of the employees was walking away from us, saw we were walking toward the harbor, actually walked around, turned around, and opened the door for us. He had no clue who we were, but, and this was when we were dropping off the rat cards, so.
Did we notice any trash in the corner? No, we were noticing this young kid opening the door.
Stuff
for
like
us.
that, so if we
So
can,
it's in
yeah.
your mind.
The customer service thing, whether it's picking up the seaweed or greeting people or yeah.
So we're just curious, we're hoping to find out if we could get, like, what is the training? How is it? How is it? Is there a format? Is there a checklist? How does that work? Because it does go a long way. I mean, any place we've been in, any establishment, when there's any type of courtesy or
You go to
hospitality.
Oak Grove Tavern and Irons, you walk in there, they open the door for you. Which people remember, friends of mine, yeah, we're going to that place where they open the door for you, you know? So,
I think having Katie here next meeting would be helpful, but yeah, I think there's best practices, as you mentioned. and I
best
think-
practices, that's
And
all
making
we're
sure,
doing.
Perfect,
if
yes.
you kind of have a really good employee, making sure that the
Right.
other employees are shadowing, and
Sure.
I think that can help out a lot.
Yep,
Yeah, because no matter how much work we've put in, we have to have the people working at the marina reflect the care besides of what we've done to the area. So
Absolutely.
it's huge.
now are there any more public comments? No,
Before, are we fully staffed at the marina?
I don't know.
Jeff isn't, or Katie isn't here.
Okay.
We can follow up with these things, though. Yeah, I believe so, but I'll check.
Any commissioner comments? Mine is just that the new ideas and the innovation we've got going, and if we couple with all our experience, the employees we have, the city employees, we can, and the volunteers and Manistee Proud and the businesses that are donating like crazy, this can be pretty dynamic and we can really thrive with this harbor. Turn it into the enterprise that we're hoping for, and an experience for everybody. And I think with that, we can adjourn.
Motion in a second.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Second?
Thanks, appreciate it.